besties, I'm going to be doing a December TBR slash Christmas book that I want to read, and a book that I read last month, which is a Christmas book that I want to talk about. Don't mind my wet t-shirt, I just did my hair and it's been dripping all over me, so don't mind that in future clips. I am filming the intro after I did all of it because when I looked back, the intro that I made was so orange. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. As you know, it's going to be a long video probably because all I do is yap. So enjoy, and don't mind me talking you guys' ears off. Hope you love it. Taking the light a bit further back because I feel like the glasses mark that I get on my face, it just looks a bit weird, but this light is still okay. So first up is Big Nick Energy. This book sounds so silly and sounds like it's going to be a cute little rom-com. Guys, I cried from page 1 to page 300. It was so sad. Like, definitely check your trigger warnings. This does touch on abuse and toxic relationships because it's about this woman called, I think her name's Shay, I can't remember. And she recently broke up with her toxic husband, and she goes on a date because she's trying to move on. I think it's been like a year since they stopped talking. And she goes on this date with a younger man, not boy. And he's like a good few years younger than her. And they realize that they're not compatible, but they become really, really good friends. And it's so lovely because he's there for her kids. He's there for her. Then he invites her to their house on Thanksgiving, I believe. On Thanksgiving. And she meets his dad. And he's like secretly plotting for them to get together. And he like brings her over because he's like, yeah, they're going to like each other. And the dad mentions to her kids that the elf on the shelf. And then the kids are like, why don't we have an elf on the shelf? Have we been naughty? And then she gets really upset about it because she's like, oh, you've like made me have to put something else on my plate and I already have enough going on. Like, now I have to do the elf on the shelf every day. So he's like, you know what? He shows up to her house, an hour there and an hour back, just to put the elf on the shelf by their doorstep. Then she lets him in and he comes every single day to make sure that the elf on the shelf has moved. And they slowly start to come closer, and it's just so cute. Nick is truly the best male main character I've ever read. Like, guys, this book was so sweet. We have The Christmas Tree Farm, $5.50 from The Works, by the way, guys. The Works is truly the best place ever if you want good deals on your books. This, I'm just going to read the blurb because I literally don't know what it's about. I've read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is the first book. Then the second book, which I do really want to read because I liked the characters that the second book mentioned. And then this book. But because it's Christmas, I'm going to read this book and then just go back on myself, even though that makes no sense. But who cares? So this is Kira North Hates Christmas, which is unfortunate since she just bought a Christmas tree farm in a town that's too cute for its own good. Bennett Ellis is on vacation in Dream Harbor, trying to take a break from both his life and his constant desire to always fix things. But somehow, fate finds Ben trapped by a blanket of snow at Kira's farm, and despite her grinchiest first impressions with the glow of the fairy lights twinkling in the trees and the promise of a warming hot chocolate, maybe, just maybe, these two lost souls will have a Christmas they'll remember forever. Which sounds so cute. Also, these books, let's take the sticker off. Also, these books just sound so adorable. Oh my gosh, I just got my nails done and they like clip my nails and I feel like I have no nails. Okay, here we go. Cute. Perfect. So yeah, I can't wait to read this one. So next up is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. This is an enemies to lovers Christmas, like rom-com, I think. And it's about these two neighbors who enter this like Christmas competition. And I think that's the reason why they're enemies, because the town's like holding this Christmas competition and both of them enter. So they're like enemies. I really don't know what the book is actually like mainly about because I literally have only heard that because I just got loads of Christmas books on my Kindle that were like on Kindle and Unlimited. Because I really want to read like books as the seasons go. I feel like I've said this before, but I love reading books in the season. I just never do because I'm such a slow reader that I'm reading books from like ages ago now. Like, I don't know why I can never just read books when I want to read them, but hopefully we can get into this one. I think it's a short book. I don't think it's too long, so I should be able to read this, but I will keep you guys updated. I will definitely try to do what I read in December to see if we actually achieved what I wanted to read. Then we have Love Light Farm, which is a Friends to Lovers Christmas book, I believe. Friends to Lovers isn't my favorite trope because I am very impatient and I don't love the whole, oh, does he love me? Does he love me not? Do I love him? Do I love him not? Like, I just love him as a friend. I'm so impatient, guys. It's really bad. I'm such an impatient reader, which is not good because, I don't know, I just love a fast burn romance. I'm really bad at slow burn. But it's about this girl whose, I think, like, family farm is being sold, or a farm she loves is being sold. and she doesn't want it to be. So she makes like, I think she's like Instagram famous or something, and so she makes like a live video or something saying she doesn't want this farm to be sold and that her and her boyfriend are going to live there together and they will buy it. There is no boyfriend. So she goes out with her friend. So this is also fake dating. And they fake date to try and get the farm together, which I have no idea how that has to relate to the farm, but apparently it does. And they're doing that and then probably fall in love. And I can't wait to read this. It's probably like Forced Proximity, which is a favorite of mine, but I can't wait to read this. It sounds really, really good, and everyone loves this. I feel like everyone is raving about this book, so I definitely want to focus on reading this one for Christmas. And to be fair, I'll probably be reading Christmas books after Christmas because I have so many to read. As you can tell, I read like 3 books a month. I don't know how this is happening, but January can still count as Christmas, okay? Last but not least, this is not a Christmas book. It's a fantasy book. I read The Serpent and the Wings of Night a little while ago, and it was one of my favorite books I've ever read, and I have never read a fantasy book before, and I absolutely loved it. This is the second book, and I've just really not got, like, I'm enjoying it, like, it's really, really good, but I'm just such a slow reader when it comes to fantasy, and I'm really trying to read this book as fast as I can because I want to finish it so that I can move on with other series as well, because I want to be, like, more of a fantasy reader, because I love romantasy now. It's literally my favorite, I think, genre ever, because it's so good. It has everything. And the first book was so amazing. I can't really tell you what happens in the second book because it will be spoilers for the first book, because it continues straight on from the first book, and the spoilers would be crazy because when I tell you what happens in the first book, it's so good. But I definitely recommend reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night if you want to get into fantasy, because it was my first ever fantasy book, and when I tell you, it gripped me, and now I feel like fantasy is one of my favorite genres, even though I've only read one fantasy book. That's how good it was. So Carissa Broadbent, I love you, and I think you should write more books like this, and I can't wait to read her other series, the Daughter of No World series, because that looks amazing too, and I can't wait. I love these. So thanks for watching. Those are all the books that I want to read this December. Wish me luck, because I picked so many and I know that's not happening, but I will try, okay? And if not, I will continue reading Christmas books in January. Love you all. See you soon.